Good evening there, everybody. What is happening? Hopefully, y'all are having a wonderful day today. So, when it comes down to it, I thought that I would talk about the fight that is going to be happening this weekend, the pay per view fight between Mr. Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero, the two competitors that will be fighting, I believe, at the lightweight division, the 135-pound division this weekend. I believe for Gervonta Tank Davis's regular title, or maybe it's Rolly Romero's, I can't necessarily remember. But this is going to be a pay per view fight that is going to be happening this weekend. And I'm going to give my fight prediction, my fight preview of what I believe is going to happen this weekend and what both fighters may have for certain advantages and disadvantages. And this is probably not going to be a very long video because I think that more than likely the result for this fight, I think that is pretty much very, very straightforward. I don't think that this is really that complex of a fight. I don't really think that it's that great of a fight. And I know a certain amount of people may disagree with me, and if you're new to this channel or if you're coming into this video as a Gervonta Tank Davis fan, you might say, oh, well, you're hating on the fight and all that sort of stuff. Well, once again, I don't hate on any of these fighters. I don't hate on any of these fights, but this is not really that great of a fight in my opinion. Because if I'm just taking a look at it, just in my view, I don't think that there's any category that Rolly Romero beats Gervonta Tank Davis in. Maybe certain people, of course, could debate that he's a little bit bigger, that he's a little bit taller, maybe he has the greater reach. But this is not really a Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol, or let's say that, Terrence Crawford or Earl Spencer, they're going to face Jermell Charlo. This is not that type of situation. Rolly Romero is not to the size, to the point overall to where Gervonta Tank Davis will really have a major problem with his size and with his power. I don't even think that Rolly Romero beats Gervonta Tank Davis in terms of hand-to-hand power. To be honest with you, besides height and maybe a little bit of reach, I don't think that there's going to be one thing that Rolly Romero is going to defeat Gervonta Tank Davis in. And I like Gervonta Tank Davis. I think that he is one of the best talents in the world of boxing today. I think that he's a very entertaining watch. Not only does he deliver great knockouts, but it's very clear that he is a great, great boxer. I believe that he is a greatly skilled boxer. No doubt about it. Gervonta Tank Davis, in my view, compared to a lot of other fighters, he is on another level. But I do believe that it is finally time that we get to see Gervonta Tank Davis in there with a fighter that is actually going to have a legitimate competitive chance. And that is not talking about a fighter like a Rolly Romero, because in my opinion, Rolly Romero barely has a snowball's chance in hell against that of Gervonta Tank Davis. Just to get my fight prediction out of the way, do I believe that Rolly Romero, by some miracle, do I believe that there is a chance that he can defeat Gervonta Tank Davis? Do I believe that maybe there is a chance that he can knock out Gervonta Tank Davis? Maybe if Gervonta Tank Davis takes him so lightly to the point to where he gets hit with the grand of all shots to where Rolly Romero can knock him out, or maybe if Gervonta Tank Davis did not train as properly for this fight, which I doubt, maybe could Rolly Romero somewhat, give him a little bit of issues. Maybe if Gervonta Tank Davis came in a little bit overweight compared to what he should be like in some of his prior fights, maybe. But I just don't personally believe that that is going to happen. I don't think that Rolly Romero is that skilled of a fighter. I think that he has very poor footwork. I think that he has very poor shot selection. I think that he's a fighter that has a very leaky defense. He's very, very hittable. Really, the only thing that I see from Rolly Romero that he really has on his side is pretty much pure raw power. But he doesn't necessarily have the same type of power that I would see from that of a Deontay Wilder. Now, maybe one would just debate that that's because of the weight division that he's in. But Rolly Romero, in my opinion, there's really almost nothing that he's really going to defeat Gervonta Tank Davis in. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I think that he is a great talent, but I don't think that we're really going to see how truly great Gervonta Tank Davis is until we get to see him in the ring with great challenges. Who are those great challengers, in my opinion? Certain fighters overall like that of a Devin Haney, a Vasily Lomachenko. Certain fighters like that, maybe even of a George Kambosos or a Teofimo Lopez. Certain fighters like that, if I were to come up with anyone else, maybe of a Josh Taylor or Regis Prograis, a Jose Ramirez, and there may even be a possible run later on down the line to where Gervonta Tank Davis, who knows, maybe he can even go up to that of the welterweight division. You never personally know. You never know. But Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion, just to give my quick little fight prediction to, not stretch this out super duper long, I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to knock Rolly Romero out. I believe that more than likely that this is probably going to be a fight that is going to be about maybe 6-7 rounds. I think that more than likely Gervonta Tank Davis is going to carry on the fight a little bit more than what it will be needed to, maybe to put on a good event. Maybe there will be a couple rounds where, he lays off the gas a little bit to make the event a little bit more entertaining than what it more than likely is going to be, or what it should be in the first place. But all in all, I see Gervonta Tank Davis knocking out Rolly Romero. I think that these two fighters are in way complete different leagues. I don't think that they're really even that close to each other. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis, in terms of his talent level, I think that you can debate that Gervonta Tank Davis, in terms of talent, that he is an A+ fighter. Rolly Romero, in terms of his talent level, besides his physical ability, he really has no boxing skills whatsoever, at least not a great degree. To be quite honest with you, he almost reminds me of a version of Deontay Wilder, pretty much at the 135-pound division. He's very sloppy. He does not have good footwork. Overall, he can be very sloppy with his punches. He has a very leaky defense. I really don't think that he has any chance in this fight whatsoever. Any chance. But we'll see what happens. Once again, maybe if he can land something that is pretty much the punch of God or something like that, maybe he can win this fight. Or maybe if Gervonta Tank Davis takes him so lightly to the point to where Rolly Romero is able to bully him and he is able to take his power, and maybe the power clearly bothers Gervonta Tank Davis, then maybe something can happen, but I don't see that personally happening. So hopefully after this fight, which I do believe will be a complete utter domination by that of Gervonta Tank Davis, or at least to the point to where he very clearly wins, hopefully we do get to see him against an actual legitimate opponent that in my view does have an actual chance. Like that of a Devin Haney, a Vasily Lomachenko, a George Kambosos, a Teofimo Lopez, a Josh Taylor, a Jose Ramirez, or Regis Prograis. But we'll get to see what he does a little bit later on. But we'll see what happens in this fight. I do have Gervonta Tank Davis by knockout, probably somewhere around the 6th or 7th round, because I do believe that he will carry this fight a little bit more than what it will be needed to. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's pretty much about it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you all later.